Hello students, in this class we are going to learn how the different characteristics are varying when we move across a period. For example, what happens to number of valence electrons when we move across a period from left to right, and what happens to valency of an element when we move from left to right across a period. So for this I will take an example. Let me write here elements of the third period. Elements of third period, and then there's sodium and magnesium and aluminum and silicon and phosphorus and sulfur and chlorine, and finally we have argon. So 18, 16, 15, absolutely correct. The atomic number here is 11, it is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sometimes it is very funny if I ask my students why atomic numbers when we move across a period are consecutively changing like this. So see, the very basis of our arrangement of elements into the modern periodic table is according to Henry Moseley's law, modern periodic law, and that law states that we are supposed to arrange elements in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, not mass numbers. Or in other words, he stated that chemical properties are periodic function of the atomic numbers of elements, which means only this: if you arrange elements in the increasing order of atomic numbers, after a certain period you will find that chemical properties are repeated. So why the atomic number is changing from left to right when we move across a period? The reason is we have arranged elements like this in the periodic table. Now if you see electronic configuration: 2, 8 and 1, 2, 8 and 2, 2, 8 and 3, 2, 8 and 4, 2, 8 and 5, 2, 8 and 6, 2, 8 and 7, and 2, 8 and 8. See, when we say valence electrons, number of valence electrons, these are the electrons which are present in the outermost orbit of an atom of an element. Sodium is an element, and here we are representing one atom of sodium. So in one atom of sodium, the number of protons that are present in the nucleus are 11. That is why the atomic number is 11. Now electronic configuration is this. These electrons are distributed into 3 orbits. This is in first orbit, second orbit, and this is in third orbit. So 3 orbits are there. So here the third orbit is last. And we have told that valence electrons are the ones that are found in the valence shell, which obviously is the last one for this. See, valence orbit or valence shell for the elements that are placed in second period is second orbit, but here it is third. Here third being last, so this is the third orbit, is the valence orbit or valence shell, and the electrons that are present are called valence electrons. So undoubtedly valence electron is 1 in this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So we can say if you move across a period from left to right, valence electrons are consecutively increasing from 1 to 8. Valence electrons are the electrons that are present in the outermost orbit of an atom of an element, and also it is sometimes we call it as valence orbit. So valence electrons are the ones that are present in valence orbit, which undoubtedly is the last orbit for that particular element. So here for sodium, third is last. For all the elements that are kept in the third period, the last orbit is their valence orbit or valence shell. So electrons that are present in the last orbit are called valence electrons. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can say that from left to right, when we move across a period, from left to right, the valence electrons conjunctively increase from 1 to 8. Now second characteristic that we will see is of valency. Before going into the detail, let me tell you what is the valency. See, valency of an element is the number of electrons that are required to be lost, or that are required to be shared, or that are required to be gained by one atom of that element in order to complete its duplet or octet, thereby becoming stable by achieving nearest noble gas configuration. See, I will explain this in detail. Now, for sodium 2, 8 and 1. Now, if sodium wants to react, it has to lose this one electron. If magnesium wants to react, it has to lose 2 electrons. And if aluminum wants to react, it has to lose 3 electrons. So, it will lose 3 electrons and it will achieve the noble gas configuration of 2,8, that is of undoubtedly neon. Atomic number of neon is 10. And if this will lose 2, this will also achieve this one. And if this loses 1, this will achieve also this. So, sodium, valency of sodium is 1, because for completing its octet in the second orbit, it has to lose 1 electron. See, this could complete octet in 2 ways. One is by gaining 7 electrons, or one is by losing 1 electron and completing the octet in the second orbit. So, because of the energy considerations that subsequently we will see in different class, it is easy for this to lose an electron rather than gaining 7. Similarly, it is easy for this to lose 2 electrons rather than gaining 6. It is easy for this to lose 3 electrons rather than gaining 5. So, this will not gain 5, it will lose 3. So, number of electrons that are required to be lost. Now, we will confine our definition to this part only, losing. So, 3 electrons this has to lose, 2 electrons this has to lose, and 1 electron it has to lose. And once again, let me confine my definition of valency to the loss of electrons. Number of electrons that are required to be lost by one atom of an element in order to complete its duplet or octet. So, sodium, magnesium and aluminum. Aluminum will lose 3 and will achieve nearest noble gas configuration, that is of neon, and will complete its octet. Magnesium will lose 2 and will become 2 and 8, again neon noble gas configuration, and this becomes stable. And similarly, sodium loses 1. So, valency for sodium is 1, for magnesium is 2, and for aluminum is 3. Now, we will extend our definition of valency to sharing. See, silicon has got 4 valence electrons. So, because of energy consideration, it cannot lose 4 or it cannot gain 4. It will share with other elements. So, the definition of valency also goes, number of electrons that are required to be shared by one atom of element is its valency. So, valency of silicon is 4, because one atom of silicon requires to share 4 electrons to complete its octet. And this will obviously achieve this configuration 2, 8 and 8, and this is that of argon. Before this, the noble gas configuration that was achieved was that of neon, and from here onwards it will be that of argon. Now let us come to phosphorus. Atomic number is 15, electron configuration is 285, the valence electrons are 5 and C. Now we will further extend our definition of valency. Valency of an element is also said to be like this, that it is the number of electrons that are required to be gained by one atom of an element in order to complete its duplet or octet, thereby achieving nearest noble gas configuration. It becomes stable. So here, because of energy considerations, once again let me tell you, it is not possible for phosphorus to lose 5, it will gain 3 to complete its octet, and on gaining 3, its electronic configuration will become like this 288. So here, though the valence electrons are 5, but valency is not 5, valency is 8 minus 5. This is 8 minus number of valence electrons. Hereafter, from hereafter, the valency is given by 8 minus number of valence electrons that are required to be shared or to be gained. Here it was the just valency was number of valence electrons itself. The valency was 3, valence electrons were 3. Valency was 2, valence electrons were 2. Valency was 1, valence electron was 1. Here valence electrons are 4, valency is 8 minus 4, that is 4. Here the number of valence electrons is 5, but valency is 8 minus 5, that is 3. And the reason being, because one atom of phosphorus needs to gain 3 electrons to complete its octet and achieve the noble gas configuration of argon. And each one of them, this will gain 2 and it will become 2, 8 and 8. So here the valency for this is 2. This will gain 1, 2, 8 and 8, and this will not need any. So its valency is 0. So this is how we can say from left to right, if we move across a period, the valency first increases from 1 to 4 and then it decreases to 0. Once again, let me tell you, the valency does not mean the number of valence electrons. See, up to here you can say the number of valence electrons itself is the valency, because sodium is required to lose 1 electron, this is required to lose 2, and this is required to lose 3. And the number of electrons that are required to be lost by one atom of an element in order to complete its duplet or octet, thereby achieving nearest noble gas configuration, it becomes stable. So valency is 1, 2, 3. Here also it is 4. But hereafter, the number of valence electrons cannot give you just the valency. If you want to find out, in case of non-metals, these are non-metals, you want to find out valency, you need to subtract number of valence electrons from 8, and which definitely, according to definition, is fitting into the definition, because the definition here for this one says number of valence electrons, number of electrons that one atom of an element requires to gain, is required to gain in order to complete its duplet or octet, and thereby achieving nearest noble gas configuration, it becomes stable. So for this one, if you see, it cannot, because of energy consideration, thus me again tell you, it cannot lose 5, it will gain 3. So after gaining 3, it will complete its octet in third orbit and it will become 2, 8 and 8. So this becomes noble gas configuration of argon. And now I can tell that here the number of electrons that it has gained to complete its octet is 3. So its valency is 3. Similarly, it is applicable for this. So we have seen two characteristics in this, that from left to right across a period, if you move, the number of valence electrons consecutively increases from 1 to 8, and the valency increases from 1 to 4, and then it decreases to 0.